Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of Beyond the Scoreboard. This is Game Week 4, EPL Game Week 4. I used to watch it. After the international break, welcome back from the international break. Ladies and gentlemen, how was the international break? You know how we do it. This is your favorite host, the General, and I'm bringing you the Game Week 4 analysis predictions about the Game Week 4. We have some solid matches. I always tell you with EPL, there are no loose matches. There are no soft matches. From Game Week 1 to Game Week 38, all the matches are top notch. Pardon my language. And we saw some of the qualifying matches that happened during the international break. Other countries are on their way to qualify for the US World Cup, as well as other countries will stay home to watch. AFCON 2 will be happening soon. So yes, as we said, this is Game Week 4, and I am your favorite host, The General. So with Game Week 4, we had Game Week 3 where there were some surprises in Game Week 3, where we saw Brighton scoring City, winning over City. We had Sunderland winning over Brentford, and United had a lucky win too as well. So this time we are starting with Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Arsenal are on top of their game. I can proudly say that Arsenal are on top of their game, and they are doing great. With Arsenal, I think Arsenal needs to be more tactical when it comes to their finishing. They need to finish like when they are killing the game. They should kill the game. As I said the last time, Arsenal against Liverpool, they were rated as the people who were able to hold the ball and play beautiful football. But we are not talking about beautiful football. We are talking about the end result. So with Arsenal and Nottingham Forest, you and I know that it is Arsenal all the way. But Nottingham Forest can pull a surprise because this is EPL. But I will be going for Arsenal. Newcastle Wolves. Newcastle were, as we all know, Newcastle were able to win their last match. Newcastle played against Leeds, which was a draw game. And yes, so Game Week 4, Newcastle will be playing a game against Wolves. Wolves has a solid team, but with Newcastle losing to some players such as Godin, who had a red card during the Liverpool versus Newcastle match, that changed the entire demeanor of the game. But I hope Newcastle can come back stronger. Joelinton was out on an injury. We hope he would be able to join the team too as well. Crystal Palace versus Sunderland. During the past week, Sunderland has been pulling some surprises. Sunderland scored 2-1 against Brentford. So it's going to be a tough match. But as I always told you the last time, the FA Cup winners and the Community Shield winners, so they have something to prove, and they have the motivation they need. They have everything they need. The deal that was supposed to go through fell through. The deal fell through for their captain, so they needed their captain to also step up their game. So with Arsenal, with Crystal Palace, they need to win these matches because they will be facing tougher opponents alongside. West Ham versus Tottenham. West Ham lost against Chelsea and pulled a surprise on Brentford. West Ham pulled a surprise on Nottingham Forest, 3-0, which was a surprise. It was surprisingly amazing. I told you that if Potter was to lose that game, Potter would have been sacked. I think the players loved him and they put in their all and they were able to recover. So Potter's job was saved. So Tottenham against West Ham, I'll be going for Tottenham because with the likes of Kudus, Son and Richarlison, I am going in for Tottenham. But yes, Tottenham. Liverpool, Burnley, you are in trouble. Isak is in. Liverpool, the likes of Ekitike, Charlie, Liverpool, Charlie. Liverpool is having a strong side, so I will be going in for Liverpool to win this game easily. Bournemouth versus Brighton. This is a cracker because they all play with so much strength. So it's going to be a cracker, and they are both having solid midfielders. They are both having solid midfielders with the likes of Baleba for Brighton. We have Antonio Semenyo during the international break. He helped the team. They played draw against Chad and they won against Mali 1-0 at the Accra Sports Stadium. So we also have Everton versus Aston Villa. Everton versus Aston Villa. I will be going. Aston Villa has been struggling a bit. Aston Villa has been struggling a bit. They lost 3-0 against Crystal Palace in the game week 3. So I am wondering, they need to come back, and Everton too are on their high horses and they are doing amazingly well. They scored 3-2 against Wolves. So it's going to be a very tough game with Everton and Aston Villa. It's going to be a very tough game. And ladies and gentlemen, both teams to score, but I with the way I know Unai Emery is going to be very furious with this one, and they are going to try to get a response. But Everton with the likes of Beto, and they are having Ghana Gay at the midfield. They are doing brilliantly well, and I think Aston Villa needs to win this match. Leeds versus Fulham. Leeds has really been a thorn in most people's flesh. Most of the teams, their flesh, because Leeds pulled a draw against against Everton and pulled a draw 2 against Newcastle. I mean, come on, against Newcastle. But I am going in for Leeds Fulham. Fulham is a solid side. Leeds has brought in the championship energy, and they are doing well. But this one, I think the senior side should win. We should go for Fulham. They played beautifully against United, pulling a draw against them. Brentford versus Chelsea. You know, right now Chelsea are unstoppable. They are having so much squad depth. So when we talk about Chelsea, we are talking about winning. Even without Kopama, the team is at its best. Even without Kopama, they scored Fulham during the game week 3, and I am going in for Chelsea to win. Chelsea right now, if you allow yourself, they will give you scoring plenty goals. If you allow yourself for Chelsea, then will discipline you. And the cracker of the day, we have Man United versus Man City. Haaland scored 5 goals in the international break. United sit well because they are baby a woman. If Haaland is able to score 5 goals, my friend, if that man is in his elements, there is problem. My friend say problem. If Haaland is in his elements, I tell you not, I kid you not, Haaland is going to be a problem for United. But this United versus Arsenal game is going to be a very tough one. Man City lost their last match. United won their last match. Guardiola is really furious. So I think Guardiola will need more to prove. Guardiola is going to need more to prove because his team and his new players, I don't think they've been able to settle in. But I think they need to settle in and catch up fast, because the EPL, sometimes the people you would think you will score them, they are the people who disappoint you, and the people you don't expect to score them. So I am thinking I don't know if Cunha and Mason Mount could make it to the squad, but I think if they are to make it to the squad, I still think Amorim should play his striker. He has the pace, he has the jump, he has the energy. Use your striker. You force the team to buy the striker. So please use the striker. Amorim, use the striker against Man City. And I think United can be victorious. But this game is one to watch for because Manchester United versus Man City, it is going to be Clash of the Titans. It's a derby. It's a Manchester derby. You know how we do it. Derbies are full of surprises. So yes, match analysis and match predictions was brought to you by D General, and I am your sports host, you should remember we are being supported by DSTV Go TV. Pay your subscription so that you'll be able to follow match analysis. Just so we come your way with more news. Thank you. Bye bye. I used to watch it